Happy December, folks. Hope everybody's staying warm out there. You know what I always say, dress in layers, wear your coveralls, and make sure that you're taking care of yourselves out there so you don't get in a hurry and get yourself hurt. Safety topic guide for December. I'm going to cover that real quick with you. This will be short and sweet. First thing we're going to talk about is the Smith system, 5 keys. We're going to talk about the make sure they see you key. And what that typically means is you're changing lanes, make sure you put your blinker on way in advance. Make sure that your lights are on. Make sure that you're keeping cushion and space between you. Let them know you're there. If you have to get on your horn, if somebody's being too close to you or runs up against you, just make yourself aware out there. I mean, you're pretty big already, but a lot of this is signals and lights. Load securement, multi-layer. Always make sure that you have 2 forms of securement within the first 5 feet in the front, back 5 feet. Make sure that you have a form of securement over each layer. And from front to back, about every 5 feet, you should have a form of securement, and with at least 2 forms of securement on each layer. And this typically has to deal with piping, which you'll need to belly wrap a lot of times. But when you stand back and you look at what you've done, your finished product, you just want to make sure that everything's got some kind of securement on it. If you have a multi-layer load and you just secure over the top, those things can slide out in the middle. Safety is always here. One of the things that I like drivers to do when they have a question about securement, especially when there's a belly wrap might be involved, or the multi-layers, take pictures of it, send the pictures to us, and we got a bunch of guys right out here in safety that can help you verify that what you've done is correct on the load. Extreme weather driving. It's December. I think I've touched on winter driving the last 2 or 3 of these that I have done. If chains are required, remember we don't drive. We're going to set it out and make sure the roads are safe before we move on down the road. A lot of times you might get stuck in weather. The weather might start turning bad. Highways start icing over, and you're out there. What do? Well, you make sure that you're driving what the conditions would have you drive in, which is saying if you're going with the flow of traffic, you're not doing it right because everybody else is going too fast. Now, it's typical out there. People drive way too fast in extreme weather. You know what's right. You're the professional. Make sure that you're driving as the conditions require. Rotator cuff surgery, or injuries, excuse me. Rotator cuff injuries happen in this business quite a bit for a number of reasons. First, you guys aren't in as shape as you used to be in high school. We all age. Second, you get out there and you start working without getting yourself properly warmed up. So if I go out and I start throwing straps and I'm not warmed up, it's just like if you went out and threw a baseball or a football and you're not warmed up, you're going to hurt your shoulder. So make sure you get the blood flowing in your extremities. This is just shoulders, knees, this is everything. Make sure you get the blood flowing before you go out there and start throwing straps. And the number one reason guys hurt their shoulders in this job is throwing the strap overhand. How about getting on the other side of the truck and throwing the strap over your head, ensuring there's nobody on the other side you're going to hit. That motion right there is safe, even really if you're not warmed up. That motion is not. So take care of yourselves out there. And last but not least, if you don't wear these, you're going to hurt yourself. 2 times in the last 3 months, we've had guys hit themselves in the eyes with bungees. And there's one of them still here working light duty right now, six months into it, I think. His was about 8 months ago, and we've had 2 in the last 2 months. If you can imagine a bungee hitting you in the eye, the pain that you will experience, don't mess around with it, guys. Please make sure that you have these on each and every time you bungee, because it just takes one time to lose your eye or lose your vision forever, or to put you on your back for weeks and weeks and weeks with a very, very painful injury. So make sure that you have these. If you don't have them on your truck, buy some. They're very cheap, or I'll give you a pair when you come to the terminal. I like guys when they hang them where a lot of them will hang them on their CB cord. So anytime they get out and they're looking at their load or they're messing with bungee cords, they grab them, they put them on. Appreciate your time. Everybody be safe. Thank you.